If you're considering joining BT Broadband, you might be wondering whether or not their Smart Hub 2 router is any good. We've been BT customers for a while now, and we have extensive experience using this router. So in this video, we reviewed the Smart Hub 2 to see if it's any good. Before we begin, make sure to click the link to the BT website in the description to find the best deals on BT Broadband when you're watching this. This link comes to a special page with different prices to what you see on the main part of the BT website, and normally there's a BT reward card included, helping you save money when you buy. So for us, getting started with the Smart Hub 2 was quite straightforward. We were switching to BT and using full fibre at that address for the first time. So BT sent an engineer out and set up everything for us, which was nice. And that whole process went quite smoothly. If you're setting up your Smart Hub 2 yourself, all you need to do is plug in the included Ethernet cable into your WAN port and then plug the other end into your OpenReach modem or your phone socket. And you might need to use an ADSL microfilter, which will be included with the router if you're not using full fibre broadband. Then you just need to plug in the router using the included power cable. The router will then set itself up and create a Wi-Fi network you can connect to. When it's ready, the big ring light on the front of the router will turn blue. It's this circular thing around the BT logo that acts as the status light when the router's turned on. So here's a good look at the different settings you can configure on this router when you log into the admin portal. This router has been around for a while now, so some of this is a bit dated, but most of the main settings you want to change are included here, such as port forwarding, firewall rules, and parental controls. There's no app you can use to change settings, like there are on some more modern routers these days, and unfortunately, you can't change the DNS settings on a router level. The router is locked to BT's DNS, so you'll have to change things by device, which can be a bit time consuming. So overall, all the essential settings are here, but some more modern routers will give you more customization options, and it would be good to be able to change DNS like you can on most other routers. The Wi-Fi coverage on this router is good, but some more modern routers, shipped by other providers, often outperform the Smart Hub 2. The issue with this router is, it only uses Wi-Fi 5 technology. When we compared it to the EE Smart Hub Plus, there were quite a few areas in the house where we could get Wi-Fi signal with the EE router, but not the BT one. Just because the EE Smart Hub Plus comes with Wi-Fi 6, giving you better coverage and better signal, especially at long distance. For example, we could get online in the garden with EE's router, but not with the BT Smart Hub 2, and our Wi-Fi speeds are lower upstairs using BT's router. So we think if you have 3 bedrooms or more, you'd ideally need to use a mesh Wi-Fi system with the Smart Hub 2, meaning having other Wi-Fi nodes around the house to amplify your signal a bit. Otherwise, you might get Wi-Fi dead zones at the furthest points from the router. If you want better Wi-Fi performance without bothering with mesh, we recommend looking at EE's router instead. Also partly because EE Broadband offers better speeds, and they're often cheaper than BT at the moment in terms of their monthly costs. If you're considering EE Broadband, click the link to their website in the description and put in your postcode to see how their prices compare to BT's deals when you're watching this. The BT Smart Hub 2 offers good speeds, but it's let down by its Wi-Fi performance at long distance. We're using this router with BT Full Fibre 100, which has a 150 megabit download speed and a 30 megabit upload speed. When wired into the router, we pretty much get the exact speeds advertised, with about a 10 millisecond latency, which is really good, especially for gaming. But as soon as we go upstairs, the download speed begins to tail off a bit. It'll drop to about 75 to 100 megabits per second, just because the Wi-Fi performance of this router isn't amazing. In larger 2-story houses, it's best to use mesh Wi-Fi with this router, or you might want to use a power line adapter to get connected with Ethernet, just because the Wi-Fi can drop off a bit in terms of download speeds. So while the 4 gigabit Ethernet ports perform really well, you might run into speed issues at long distance, especially if you have brick internal walls in your house, just because this router only supports Wi-Fi 5 rather than Wi-Fi 6. Again, if you want a router with better Wi-Fi speeds, we recommend the EE Smart Hub Plus, which you can get as a new EE Broadband customer. So make sure to click the link to the EE website in the description to see what speeds you can get with EE Broadband in your area at the moment. So basically, BT's router is not the best option on the market at the moment. But do they offer lower prices to make up for this? The answer is basically no. BT isn't really good value for money at the moment. So if we look at their 150 megabit plan, it costs £34 a month at the moment with BT, with a £32 upfront cost. On EE, the price is the exact same, and there's no upfront cost. And it's the exact same technology being used to deliver both broadband services, since they both use the OpenReach network, which is owned by BT. Both companies basically have the same level of customer service choice because they both use the same UK-based support team, since BT owns EE. So if you want broadband, EE is probably the better choice. But it's worth clicking the links in the description to both websites to see which provider offers the best prices at the moment, given how much bandwidth you need. But what if you want an even cheaper price? Plusnet is another BT company, and they'll send you the Smart Hub 2 with their broadband deals. You can see it's the exact same router, just branded in white with the Plusnet logo on it instead of BT. For basically 150 megabits per second, you'll pay £29 a month, compared to the £34 a month we just mentioned with BT, as well as EE. So if you just want simple, cheap broadband and the Smart Hub 2 router, Plusnet is your best choice. We've also linked to their deals in the description if you want to check these out and see what the prices are like at the moment. So to sum up, you probably shouldn't buy BT Broadband at the moment. If you don't need amazing Wi-Fi and want to save as much money as possible, it's best to go for Plusnet and get the Smart Hub 2 from them. And if you want a better Wi-Fi 6 router, EE normally offers basically the same prices as BT Broadband, just with a much better router included. Make sure to click the links to these three providers' websites in the description to see which offers the best value when you're watching this. And if you have any questions about the Smart Hub 2 or choosing a broadband provider more broadly, leave a comment below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.